What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bill John 2510. I'm going to do my AEW Dynamite review and results. Cody cut the best promo of 2019. Hit that like button, hit that red button. Let's get started. Now, AEW was a good show. It was just a fantastic show. So, shout outs to Wednesday Wrestling, like I said, but AEW was a good show. The show kicks off with the video opener and then shoots at live crowd. Here's inside the Evangelist Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. From there, we shoot and Jim Ross and the announced team who won some of the matches segment scheduled tonight for AEW on tonight's AEW on TNT show. Pac versus Trent. This match was good. I ain't gonna lie. After running off some of the content planned for this week AEW Dynamite, we are introduced our first contest of the evening. Pac makes his ring entrance, pyro and all, as the announcer talks about some Pac recently history. Out next is his opponent, and this evening Trent from the Best Friends, accompanied by Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy. Pac versus Trent in a one-on-one action kick things off inside the square circle this week on AEW Dynamite. Stay tuned. Alright, the bell rings. The bell sounds to kick this one off as the inside of Bojogo's Coliseum immediately break out. The best friends chant. After early change goes Pac away. Goes Pac's way, the fans unloads on him with a Pac you suck chant. This prompts Pac to charge out of the ring and gets in. Cassidy face for some reason before running into the ring to take some punishment from Trent, who is now starting to jump off an early offensive lead in this match. The action spills out on the floor and Pac slams Trent into the ringside barricade before putting the boot to him, picking him up and slamming him into the barricade on the other side of the floor. Fans again break out in a Pac you suck chant. This leads to Pac stepping on Trent's throat in organ fashion before his head into the apron. Pac delivers some more punishment to Trent and then rushes back into the ring, leading the announcer to speculate that he is looking to win by countout. Seconds later, Pac charges, then flies over to the rope and like a bird gliding across the ocean at the beach before crashing into Trent and landing his feet with ease. With essay replay are showing, and Pac lands a missile drop kick on the ring for a near fall. This match was good. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna keep reading. Business picks up as Pac looks for another suicide dive, but he goes to hit the ropes and he sees an chill Orange Cassidy standing in the middle of the ring with his hand in his pocket. This reaches Pac, who watches on Cassidy and hand pockets in the throws of a couple of mock wimpy kicks, and then he gets going with Cornclude with a hand still in his pants pocket. Chill double step back, wind up for a final wimpy kick. Unfortunately, however, Pac saw it coming 100 miles away and blasted Cassidy with a big boot to the face, and then the fans booed him like crazy. Trent returns to the ring and fires up like a tag team wrestler, finally getting that much needed hot tag, putting together a nice offensive series against Pac that includes a suicide dive onto the floor of its own, a big lariat, and a swinging DDT off the rope for a near fall. The fight spills out to the floor yet again. This time what Pac is landing like crazy brainbuster suplex on Trent. This almost gets a double count out by eventually both guys roll in the ring. Pac goes for a red arrow and he hits it 1, 2, 3. We think we're told, even Jim Ross calls it 3. The fans thought it was 3, but it wasn't. So Pac locks his submission finisher on Trent, and he passed out. Pac holds onto the hold after finish for a few extra seconds for good measure. The winner of the match, Pac. This match was good. I ain't gonna lie. After the match, Pac demands a microphone. He tells everyone to shut their stinking mouths. Everyone boos. He then sends a message to Hangman Page. He says he heard his naughty swear word, but I'll make no difference. This Saturday in Baltimore, Maryland at AEW Full Gear, he promised to make an example out of Hangman Page again. Cody career announcement. I cannot wait to read this promo. This is good. This promo was good. This was the best promo that Cody Rhodes did at AEW. This was the best promo of the night. We are told that Cody career announcement is next. He is interviewed with Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone will be up when we return from our first commercial break of the evening. Stay tuned. We return to the break directly into Cody's entrance. The fans chant his name as smoke blows out of the entrance way, for he emerged in the nice suit as usual. Pyro goes off, fireworks explode, and the AEW VP makes his way to the ring as a packed house here in Charlotte, North Carolina, to chant his name. Tony Schiavone is in the ring. He introduced us Charlotte, North Carolina, which he points is the birthplace of Cody. He mentions Cody AEW title match against Chris Jericho at AEW Full Gear this Saturday night in Baltimore. He asks if Cody has been surprised by Chris Jericho arriving in AEW. Cody says he's not surprised by Chris Jericho, the Inner Circle. He says Chris Jericho's experience has been short victory lap. He talks about the journey has been on with his friends. Follow elite members and his brothers Dustin. He says they were looking Chris Jericho find them. He says this Saturday he will find himself in the Mercury against the AEW World Champion Chris Jericho. He says he and Tony have discussed it there previously. Tony knows what he is about to announce. He says he's going to go on a bit of a detour first. He starts listing legendary names like Cowboy Bill Watts, Eddie Graham, The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. He said there were businessmen, bell to bell in history of the industry. He says the addiction to being competitors. Those men were also management, not like himself. He says for the last year he told everybody the podcast interview he will mention how proud he is of AEW schedule and pain. He calls it Elite Island for a professional wrestler. He says this is freedom. The fans erupts with applause and AEW chant. He says so when he were criticism for himself being the management and the title match. He says with that said, he is announcing that before he can continue, fans break out with a "You deserve it" chant. He says if he does not defeat Chris Jericho at Full Gear, because his management will never challenge for the AEW Heavyweight Championship again. He referenced Chris Jericho calling him a Melanie, you know what, and he makes a joke about it. About being able to buy one of Chris Jericho many books a couple bucks. He calls Jericho a stupid you know what after pointing out that his father, a former NHL legend just like his father, a pro wrestling legend. He calls Jericho a dirty scorebucks. He gets choked up emotionally when he said this isn't about his father, it's about mothers. This is about his mother, his sister, and his list of bunches of other people and things. He said at Full Gear he will beat Chris Jericho to become an AEW World Champion. He says then he can fall back to his inner circle and knows that when he's finally meet in a big match against the Elite, they are going to eat them alive. His music plays as the fans chant, "Cody, Cody, Cody." The wrap up the absolutely epic go home promo from the challenger for this Saturday AEW Full Gear main event. We head to another commercial break. This was good. I really enjoyed this commercial by Cody Rhodes because I felt it what Cody Rhodes said. So that's just my opinion. Bronze medal match: the Dark Order versus Private Party. This match was good as well. We returned from break as we see so-called Uncensored joining the crew commentator for the next match for evening. This leads to the Dark Order making their entrance, followed by Private Party. The winning team in this contest will face the SCU and number one contenders. The Lucha Bros in the AEW World Tag Team Champion match at AEW Full Gear this Saturday on pay-per-view. The bell sounded, and here we go with our second match of the evening. This is the bronze medal match, where winning team will be the bronze medal winners of the complete tournament. Early on, the Dark Order jump off to an early offensive lead. The SCU on commentator talks about not having to face Private Party before and asking if they have preferences who would their opponent will be. The action picks up quite a bit as they answer the question. We head to the mid-match commercial break as the Dark Order continues to dominate the action. We are back from commercial. We see the Dark Order is still firmly in control of this contest. Finally, however, Private Party shows signs of life, and Isaiah Cassidy finally makes a hot tag Mark Quinn before Mark Quinn can mount any offense. However, the Dark Order double team him after hitting tag before they can capitalize. However, Private Party until some double team offense of their own to finally jump out to their first real offensive lead into the match. Quinn hits a crazy suicide dive splash onto both members of the Dark Order to the floor. Quinn brings Garrison back into the ring and goes back into work on him. He hits a springboard crossbody off the apron for a near fall. Quinn tags Cassidy in. They go from a double team spot, but Grayson hits a double kick to the back of both guys before tagging the big man back into the match. Evil Uno hits a big move and goes for the pin, but doesn't get it as Quinn breaks it up. Uno tags Grayson back in, and now all full four members are in the ring and bodies are flying all over the place. Grayson hits a crazy 450 splash for a near fall, and is seeing her Corona from the Private Party members off the top rope with Grayson flying into a Stone Cold Stunner from the other members and gets a 1-2-3 for Private Party with the win. They are bronze medal winners, and they will challenge SCU and the Lucha Bros in a three-way match for the AEW World Tag Team Champions this Saturday at AEW Full Gear. The winner of the bronze medal match and moving to AEW Full Gear Private Party. This match was good. After the match following the match, SCU leaves the announcer table and enters the ring in their titles. They hold up the belts and stare off with Private Party as the announcers team hypes this Saturday showdown in Baltimore. Epic Chris Jericho video package. This was funny. JR then introduced us to a pre-tape video package. This shows Chris Jericho and the members of the Inner Circle and others such as Virgil, and many others that talk about Chris Jericho's determination, how he's going to defeat Cody and successfully defends his title at Full Gear. A lot of comedy is mixed in, such as aunt of Chris Jericho's friend from church saying even as a kid he would talk about becoming his first AEW champion. The doubt Chris Jericho as the younger AEW champion is in history. The church aunt friend returns to say she knows Chris Jericho is going to beat the you-know-what out of Cody Rhodes. Jericho talks about having a member when he wakes up how great he is. An epic emotional, awesome as Cody is. Cody's promo was epic in a funny scene. Chris Jericho draws a little bit of the bubbly refers at the end of the video. Nothing is a lot of responsibility, but it's one he must face because he's lead champion. We had to another commercial break. This was funny. Jay, Hayter, and Ima Sakura versus Shanna and Riho. This match was decent, but who won? But when we return from the break, Jamie Hayter makes her way to the ring, and out next is her tag team partner Ima Sakura. Hayter and Sakura will join forces with AEW Women's Tag Team competition next year at AEW Dynamite. From there, their opponents are introduced. Out first is Shanna and her partner for tonight, AEW World Women's Champion Riho. This introduced to a nice pop. The announcers point out she weighs 98 pounds. Riho versus Emi Sakura will go down for the AEW's Women's Championship at AEW Full Gear this weekend. The bell sounds and Riho and Sakura will start things off from the respective teams, and then fans chant Riho, Riho as the action gets underway. Sakura shows Riho down early. Riho used speed and techniques to show Sakura a thing or two next. Sakura established a bit of an offense lead as Riho goes to attack. Hayter runs and to stop her. Moments later, Riho knocks down Sakura and makes a tag anyway. Now Shanna is in the pace picks up as she and Riho are bouncing all over the place, with Shanna jumping off to offensive lead. Hayter finally tags in and she goes to work as we head to a mid-card commercial break. We will turn to see Riho making a comeback on Hayter. Sakura jumps in for a cheap shot after the blind tag. Riho stomps on Sakura and then tags in Shanna. Shanna takes in hot tag and now goes work virtually on Hayter, who is now the legal woman for the team. She runs the ropes like crazy, blasted Hayter with short evening time. Their paths cross along the way. She goes for a cover but only gets two. She stays on fire for a nice offensive run, which includes a hug high spot with her splashing into both of her opponents on the floor after diving off to the rope. Replay are showing of the spot as the fans chant, "This is awesome, this is awesome," while Shannon continues her onslaught on Sakura in the ring. She goes for a cover but again only gets two. Shannon is putting a good showcase performance on here in Charlotte. Sakura turns the tables on Shanna with a nice counter before tagging Hayter in. Hayter comes in and goes to work on Shanna in the corner. Now she and Sakura hit double team spot on Shanna. Hayter follows up with a big kick in the near fall. Sakura hits a Vader bomb, but Riho breaks up a pin attempt with a flying double team foot stomp. Riho and Sakura are now legal women, and Sakura rolls her right after a series of pin attempts. We are reversal from the 2-1-2-3. Sakura, the challenger for the AEW's Women's Championship match, just pinned Riho, the title holder, going to the match. Here is the tag team contest. The winner of the match, Jimmy Hayter and Ima Sakura. But the only negative part is Riho is a champion. Why Riho is a champion getting pinned in the middle of the ring? I just didn't like the I didn't like the outcome after this match. Riho getting pinned in the middle of the ring. So it is what it is. Brandi Rhodes pre-tape video package. The latest development in the ring, ignoring saga involved in involving character is Brandi Rhodes airs. The pre-tape package shows her sitting in a red velvet chair in a nice outfit with a black veil over her face. She talks about having Awesome Kong on her side. Her body with her own brains is the worst nightmare of anyone's crosses her path. We head to commercial break. Alright. Brandon Cutler and Shawn Spears. This match was brutal. When we return from break, we hear music playing from the entrance. Baron Cutler already in the ring posing a formally introduced. Now we'll see the chairman of AEW seated on the steel chair at the ramp. Shawn Spears is formally introduced. He stands out of his chair and he joins by Tully Blanchard. The two make their way to the ring and highlights are showing of Spears in AEW. The bell sounds. Here we go. Cutler Spears one-on-one action. It's next on AEW Dynamite. Early on, Spears jump off the offense lead. Cutler has moment, but then Spears takes right back over. He smashes Cutler back first into the ring barricade and again. He delivers some punches and rushes with a knee to his face before rolling to break the count so he can deliver more punches to the floor. The winner of before Spears hits the Death Valley driver for the 1-2-3 in the victory. The winner of the match, Shawn Spears. After the match, Tully Blanchard side the chair into the ring post for Spears. Spears hosted Cutler up for another Death Valley driver. This time onto the chair, but Joey Janela runs in from the back and to make the save. Spears and Blanchard retreats and Janela stares them down from the ring as we head to another commercial break. The main event of the evening. Hangman Page and Kenny Omega versus Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho. This match was good. This match was good. I really enjoyed this. We return from the break and we see the Celebrate video package advertising this Saturday uncensored lights match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega at AEW Full Gear. From there, we see close-up shot of Justin Roberts in the ring with a spotlight on him as he introduced the main event of this week, AEW, here at the Bojangles Coliseum in Charlotte, North Carolina. Alright. With that said, Adam Hangman Page is introduced with his cool theme music, which I like by the way. I really enjoy this. Out next his partner for tonight from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Kenny Omega. Out next, their opponents introduced first is the Spanish guy Sammy Guevara, and then the fans boo. He takes the selfie video as he makes his way to the ring. We see footage on the broadcast as the walk down the ramp with a blurry video shown. Out next is his fellow Inner Circle brother, the AEW Heavyweight Champion, League Champion himself, Chris Jericho. It's now time for this week's AEW Dynamite main event. We head to commercial break. During the end of Chris Jericho entrance, we are back from the break and Chris Jericho still hasn't taken his hat or jacket off. We see We see Jack Hayter standing at ringside like an Inner Circle resident bodyguard. The bell sounds, and now the match is officially underway. Kenny Omega and Sammy Guevara look to start things off for their respective teams. Kenny Omega tells Jericho to come in and face him like a man to start things off. Chris Jericho tags in, squares off with Kenny Omega, and then tags right back out before they touch. Guevara and Omega circle as the fans boo Chris Jericho's actions, and here we go. Kenny Omega gets stuck in the face locked by Guevara early on. Kenny Omega grabs an arm of Guevara to escape the hold, and it works. He yanks Guevara down to the mat, and the two scramble back up. Guevara gets the hold of Omega's arm, and now he slaps him back in the front headlock. Omega escapes, and now action is starting to pick up after Kenny Omega smacks Guevara in the back of the head, and he taunts him. Guevara, you know what, smacking him in the face, respond. Kenny Omega with some extremely powerful knife edge chops over and over and over again after the you know what smack of Sammy. A backdrop from Kenny Omega follow up a tag to Hangman Page. A cowboy you know what chant breaks out at Hangman Page, immediately goes to work on Spanish God. Chris Jericho tags in. Chris Jericho tags in now, and Hangman goes to work on him. Moments later, Chris Jericho turns in Ty, and now the Inner Circle duo appears to be jumping off a long stretch of comfortable offensive control in this tag team main event. Guevara tags back in, picks up where Chris Jericho left off, taking it to Page in the ring until Page reverses a suplex attempt in a quick hop spot. Guevara tags Jericho back in. Jericho goes back to work on Page in the corner with chops. Page comes off the corner with a lariat, and now both men are down. Each guy crawl their respective corners to make the tag. Kenny Omega takes the hot tag and takes out Guevara and knocks Jericho off the apron before going back to work on Guevara. A pump up Omega is now taking it to Guevara with authority as Omega fires up with looking for a dive to the floor. He hits the ropes and only to run right into a cheap shot from Jack Hager, which the referee did not see. This gives the Inner Circle duo the offense control back in the about as JR takes us to a mid-card commercial break. When we return from the commercial break, we see Chris Jericho dominate Omega in the ring. Guevara sneaks in a chop shot. Jericho distracted the ref. Finally, Omega makes the tag. Hangman Page takes the hot tag and enters the ring like a man possessed. The refreshed Adam Page shows off some cowboy you know what, and he flies out to the floor to take out Guevara before returning to take it to Chris Jericho in the squaring circle. The fans chant cowboy again. They seem to early love the chant here in Charlotte. As Omega throws Guevara to the floor, Jack Hager is there to catch him. Omega then flies out to take out both guys. Hangman Adam Page climbs to the top, follows up with a big dive onto both guys as well. Out of nowhere, Pac hits the scene and low blows Hangman Page. The ref didn't see it. He walks right into the Judas effect of Jericho. Lead champion covers him 1, 2, 3. It's over. The winners of the match, Sammy Guevara and Chris Jericho. After the match, we see Pac smiling as he heads up the ramp. Meanwhile, Hager, Guevara, and Chris Jericho delivers an Inner Circle 3-on-1 beatdown to Hager Page in the ring while Omega is still on the floor. Finally, Cody hits the ring like a madman after spiraling down the ramp. The fans chant Cody, Cody as he takes out anyone that sights and cleans house of everyone in the ring. Chris Jericho talks trash as he retreats up the ramp, but Cody smiles and points, and we see MJF standing behind Chris Jericho. MJF throws Chris Jericho back into the ring, and Cody goes to work on him. Alright, Cody takes out Jericho with a finisher, and then he grabs the AEW Heavyweight Championship and posts this over him. The fans erupt. Then the fans get even louder as we see Jon Moxley make his way to the ring through the crowd. And the Bojangles calls him in Charlotte, North Carolina, holding barbed wire baseball bat. He enters the ring and he points at the bat like a 1990 Crow Sting as Cody and MJF go to work on the Inner Circle to the floor. In the ring, Moxley and Omega circle each other when out of nowhere Santana Ortiz hit the ring and take out both guys. Now the Young Bucks hit the ring and delivers double super kick and takes out Santana Ortiz. They hit dueling suicide dives through the ropes and crashing onto both Inner Circle's members on the floor. They brawl up the ramp as millions AEW referees officially come out to try to restore order. Santana Ortiz fights back and they host up one of the Bucks for a powerbomb through the stage arena like they did it to Ricky Morton last week. Now Omega and Moxley enters the scene brawling. Nick Jackson climbs up to the AEW Dynamite Titantron and hits a crazy dive, taking out everyone. Blue introduction, then cameraman. The fans chant "Holy you know what" as bodies starting to finally clear out, and we see a stand off between heels and faces. It looks like the show is going to close until both regroup collide again. They start brawling all over the place. Jim Ross plug AEW Full Gear in Baltimore one more time at this week. AEW's Dynamite show goes off the air. Listen, I enjoy AEW. I really enjoy AEW, man. AEW Dynamite live at North Carolina. I really enjoy this. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW review and results, Cody cuts the best promo of 2019. Hit that thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think of AEW Dynamite live by North Carolina, and share the video all over social media. That's all I gotta say. And I will be live streaming tomorrow. Just want to give you guys a heads up. I will be live streaming tomorrow. But this is your boy Big Boy John 25. The link, my Twitter and Instagram will be linked in the description down below. So I just want to let you guys know that. So yeah, well, I'm finna get up out of here, man. This your boy Big Boy John 25. This your boy Big Boy John 25. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys later.